This is always expected. But Mr. Dotto, why I'm giving you the trouble?
Yes, sir.
Because of what I have find in this determination, that the primary school teachers are getting DPSCs, respective DPSCs are the appointing authority. They are issuing their appointment letter. The nature of appointment letter is as if this is a contractual service. Terminable. Have you got any copy of the?
Yes,
In the
yes.
repetition only there is annex clause.
So at page 14, there's a copy.
In the repetition.
If you see, this is purely what has been written. Such plus other admission. Yes, his service terminable by 1 month's notice on either side. 1 month's salary will be forfeited if it has service such and such. So this is as if the purely temporary basis. And as you have rightly pointed out, so far the confirmation is concerned, the divergent views are there,
Right.
that whether it will be presumed to be confirmed or not. But fact remains, confirmation has got the other limb, that at the time of confirmation, if the authorities are required to see whether the performance of that teacher, how far is satisfactory, and other factors, whether he has been entangled with some other things, whether he can be at all be, as service can be continued or not. And if this exercise is not done, I have found that after 14 years, a teacher is coming for transfer, and the transfer rule prescribed he must be a confirmed teacher. So what I'm thinking that if you take some steps for conformity of this rule, so far this issuance of the appointment letters, this differs from appointment letters is ultimate of the education department. They are the employees of the government is responsible. So if you can prescribe, you must have, the DPSCs are not so independent that they will be regulating their service terms and who is issuing these memo. Appointment letter is a very vital thing for a teacher. This appointment letter must be in a particular format, if possible under specific rules, that this will be the format of the appointment letter. Each DPSC has to follow that. And the confirmation also, if you find the confirmation letters, they are differing from one to other. And
primarily, two things have to be streamlined. One is the process of confirmation. There has to be a process, known process or a uniform process.
Uniform process.
And the other is the appointment letters. They should also be in conformity
with any rules, and there must be similar, because
if required, amend the rules.
Amend the rules.
Put a schedule or put a form or proforma.
Whatever way, in whatever rules. There are several rules. In whatever rules, you may. And the confirmation, this also must be a regular exercise of the DPSCs, that after 2 years, they cannot be in limbo. That after 2 years, they are working, they are getting salary, they are neither confirmed. And it is so happened, a teacher has retired, not being, his service has not been confirmed. This whether it can be streamlined, what is your views and how it can be done? I want a view of yours. What are the relevant rules can be amended, how it can be done? I want a view of yours, that how you can do that and who will do that. The education department will do that, or don't leave it in the hands of the respective DPSCs.
No. It has to be, Millard, if it is brought in by way of a subordinate legislation, then of course, Millard, the normal process that it must get generated from the department concerned. Here it would be the education.
No, if you think that the administrative dictation of the education department will do, then henceforth you have to issue confirmation of the service confirmation. This one appointment format of the appointment letter should be this.
Millard, initially what I understand is, Millard, the law has to be framed. Whether it is by way of a primary legislation, whether it is by way of a subordinate legislation, that has to be done. Execution has to be left with the respective councils.
That is another part. If you prescribe under a law or any, I don't think that this may be a long drawn process.
Shouldn't be.
If you are not, then this will be either a legislation or a subordinate legislation framework.
Or even by way of executive orders also. This can be.
Yes, executive orders. But there
because there is no lack of legislative competence. Nobody will say that. Only is whether it should be by way of a subordinate legislation or an executive order or by.
But one thing is necessary somewhere, which all the DPSC is required to follow. That after 2 years, the confirmation of the teachers must be a regular process. Now they are under the dictation of this court, are doing it rampantly without knowing. That is not possible now. They are collecting data and they are now giving the confirmations. Those who are coming for mutual transfer, even when I'm asking them to submit their confirmation status, by that time they are using the confirmation letter now. But this cannot be the whole object of confirming an employee of yours, to see whether his performance is good.
Satisfactory.
If it is found that this teacher is involved with something which his service cannot be confirmed, the provision of appointment is very clear. 1 month notice you go. Not even a disciplinary proceeding is contemplated if the nature of appointment letter is such Not even he can say that a disciplinary proceeding should be initiated against me.
Yes.
This is the one aspect of the matter. The other aspect is what I'm the other way in the secondary section. The data of these teachers are not available. Under which DPSC, how many schools, how many senior service teachers, in which selection process they actually appointed. This is not a big task at all. Now, I have directed all these almost 23 district primary school to 23 to 25. Data they are supplying, Mr. Dotto. What I am proposing, all these data will be given to Commissioner of School Education. He will cross-check and verify it district-wise, and a central portal may be created. Apart from Bangla Shikha portal, it is not being updated. And if you can repose confidence on board, that board you maintain a central portal where the in-service teachers' details will be available. It will be easier for the board also to detect the vacancies in case of selection. It will be easier for everyone to detect even a case of even the transfer. That if I give this teacher to this district, then the position of PTR of this school will be this. I know the cost involvement, but this has to be affordable. It has to be. And I want that it should be routed through Commissioner of School. What is your suggestion?
That can be done because Commissioner of School Education is the highest person so far as the supervising the schools.
Administrative sides and everything. Instead of, you can involve the education secretary also. Whom you think? I'm giving you that. You take up the issue with the concerned officers. And please, after vacation, apprise me who will be the appropriate authority to take up the issue. The data has already been collected. Every DPSC is submitting the data. A copy I'm keeping here, and a copy will be supplied to your client, whoever would be. And he will take the exercise and tell me that how far, how soon. Because the board may not have the control over DPSC in all sense. But the board being the central authority can keep it. And commissioner has got so many other things to do. So it will be better if the West Bengal Board of Primary Education keep this portal in their surveillance. And they are obliged to provide all informations to everyone.
Right.
Because so many schools, there are really healthy schools, so many students. But in some schools, they are about to be closed. And the third one, and the most vital one, the rationalization policy. To frame a rationalization policy, I need your help. From that data, you will be finding that in a district, a school of 2 students have 4 teachers. So if you frame the rationalization policy and if you implement it, like secondary one, that that secondary rationalization policy, 10C goes, challenge to 10C goes now. And there is a specific provision 19K, I think, of the administrative power of the board.
No, Act.
Act itself.
Act itself.
Education department commissioner has got a specific administrative power to order transfer. So under 19K, you can frame a rationalization policy like this secondary one. Tell me, yeah.
For that, my lord, why in primary school, my lord, this happens, my lord? Because suppose, my lord, there are 2 teachers and 100 students. It is within pupil-teacher ratio. No, it is excess. Teachers are less. Suppose students are 50 and teachers are 2. My lord, a new recruitment process initiated. In this school, another 4 teachers are appointed, but 2 teachers are appointed. This is one problem. So at the time of identification of the vacancies, that to be recognized, taken into consideration. Another thing, my lord, every year, pupil-teacher ratio changes in primary school. Suppose, my lord,
Not every year, every day.
not, I am telling every year why, my lord. Kindly, suppose there are 100 students in a school. Some students go to the higher section, that goes vacant, and the new admission, suppose in a particular year, the new admission in a school comes only 20. So it will decrease. Again, the next year, it may go to 200.
It may be the failure of our society. I should not blame the state itself.
No, it's
That
nobody to blame, but this is a fact.
failure of the society. I have seen some school in Jalpaiguri overwhelmed with the teacher. The secondary section is crying, please don't admit in the primary sections because RT Act, you have to feed the primary section, pass out cannot be denied to be get admit in the secondary section. But in same thing, just few meters opposite to river, another school full vacant. What I did, Mr. Dotto, I asked everyone to come. They are saying separate dice code. Well, forget about this. This will be the second campus of this school. Here, a student is sitting on the floor. The child is sitting on the floor, and the other, just opposite to the school, another building is totally lying vacant, and you are showing the dice code under the same DPSC. So these are the things when it can be looked into, and you are saying the pupil-teacher ratio still primary school has got some good health in the data. I have seen this district twice. Some areas are really pathetic. That is whose fault, I don't know in which way it has been done. I'm not overburdening him with the other portions of the syllabus and other things. Good schools are there. So, Mr. Dotto, please tell me by which time you can get me back with this information.
2 weeks after the vacation.
I'm not recording it because
No,
I'm
please don't record
apprehensive of
anything.
this
My lord, two things,
publication.
my lord, only two things, my lord. First, if it is possible for your lordship, keep the matter pending, and since both the teachers have already confirmed, let their mutual transfer be processed and keep the matter pending where the learned advocate.
Mutual transfer reports I'm waiting for.
No,
for the
it has been
individual.
given. Both the teachers are confirmed, my lord. Reports have already been filed. And second
It will
thing,
reach to board.
no, then your lordship has to.
Yes, I'm sending it to board. Let him consider for 2 weeks. Let by the
Yes,
time.
ma'am. And my lord,
I
another
give the
submission, my
admissions.
lord, this can also be taken care of by the learned advocate. On the last occasion, my lord, your lordship remember the practice and procedure of 1991. What shall be, whether at all that
matter your lordship was fixed on 7th.
No, 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 no,
Jambella
no, 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 no. I'm not going to overburden you. There is a really critical situation. A really critical situation.
ওটা আগে
After the
আসো।
amendment of
একটা একটা করে করো, একবারে সব
না, ওই মামলাটা
দেখতে
fixed
চাচ্ছেন,
করে
ওটা
দিয়েছে।
একটু-
Your lordship was fixed on 7th.
Sanal is addressing on that.
ওটা কবে
The
দিয়েছে?
amendment of Rule 8, effect on the practice and procedure, framed in 1991. I want that part. He should not be overburdened with all the issues. Can I fix it on? Can I get you, Mr. Dotto? Can I get you on 16th? Hey, wait. 16th কিছু রেখেছিল? 23rd January will suit you? Oh, sorry, 23rd. Sorry, still this is a holiday.
My lord, except
somebody went to
4th and 27th.
some so-called promoter went to Netaji's house in that Iliad Road. He wanted to promote that building. So he rang the bell. Someone had asked, "Who are you? What do you want?" "I want to promote this building." So the lady said, "You know whose house this is?" He said, "Whose?" "সুভাষ বোসের বাড়ি। ওনাকে ডেকে দিন, ওনার সাথে কথা বলে নেবো।
These characters in the cinema are coming from reality. And I was watching the movie Bhuter Bhovishot. There, the dialogue of the promoter with the local
Yeah,
is a marvelous one.
Yes, yes.
My lord, except 24th and 27th.
তাহলে ফেব্রুয়ারিতে রেখে দেন একবারে।
No, no, no.
24, 27.
January 30. January 30. You are getting enough time, Mr. Dotto. Please
I
do
think
it.
something is fixed on 30th. Could it be 29th? I don't know whether it's a working day or not.
29th?
Well.
Yes, sir.
My lord, in the meantime, your lord.
Yes, I'm doing.